Recording. Okay. Tweets. So let's see how this works. Okay. Don't have anybody on right now, so we're going to see how this thing works. Let's see. First blab. Let's see what happens. Okay. No viewers, and it's 4:46 p.m. on a Wednesday evening. We're going to see who we can get to come on this blab, if anybody. Let's see how this works. And nobody else on. Hey guys, just in case somebody comes on, Tony C. Davis, Success with Tony D, and you may be able to hear my phone going off right now. I have Periscope coming up. Now, where I'm located in a rural area, and my phone doesn't get good reception when it comes to doing Periscope. So I haven't been able to do a Periscope yet. You know, it's not picking up well. So right now I'm using Blab. Just found out about Blab about a week or so ago, and this is actually the first Blab. And looking to interview, bring interesting people onto my radio show, Success with Tony D, on Blog Talk Radio, and just share vital information. If you have a coaching program, product, service, ministry, and it fits within some of the things that I'm doing and just sharing with people, with my audience, I'd love to have somebody come on. And this time I have Marshall. How are you? And you're actually my first guest, and I'm guessing you can hear me. This is actually my first blab. I don't know if you can hear me or not. Just shoot me a thumbs up or something if you can hear me. I can hear you. Okay. Hey, would you like to come into the room? Because like I said, this is actually my first one. So you can hear me. Okay. Well, Marshall with 2 L's. Well, Marshall, what I'm doing, again, this is my very first blab. And as I was just sharing, Periscope hasn't done well for me. I live in Georgia. I'm in a rural area. And for some reason in the location, Periscope doesn't pick up for me. We have Mike Walker. Thanks for joining, Mike. I just asked Marshall if they'd like to come into the room. This is my first blab. So if you would like to come on, just I think I have it unlocked right now. Again, this is my first one. So just click join if you'd like to come in. Maybe you know more about Blab than I do. What I'm looking to do is just reach out to people. And hey, thanks. All seats are locked, so I'm going to unlock it. Okay, open seat. Okay, thanks a lot for that. Appreciate that. And it says on my end, open seat. So if somebody would like to come in and just share, who you are and what you're doing. I was just sharing with the other listeners that my name is Tony C. Davis. I'm a pastor here in Georgia, and I have a radio show on Blog Talk Radio, Success with Tony D. And I'm looking to connect with people who have a ministry, a coaching program, a book, any vital service, product, and just come on my radio show and just share your information, just to get people in touch with what we can do through this social media. Again, not familiar with Blab, learning it, and I appreciate you all for coming on. So thanks for the props there. And so if somebody would like to come in the room, if you know more about Blab and would like to just share what you know with the people who've already come on, I think we have about 3-4 people on right now. And just come into the room. Let me see. I have Mike Walker and something RE Imagine Web and Christy K Coaching. Christy K Coaching, how are you? if you'd like to come into the room and just share, what you do, if you know more about Blab than I do. Oh, Mike. Okay, I'm going to let you come on in here, Mike. Hey, Mike, how are you?
Doing good.
Hey, I appreciate you for coming on, man. Are you familiar with this platform?
A little bit here and there.
Just tell us about yourself. I was just telling you I am a pastor here in Georgia, and just reaching out to people. I have a radio show on Blog Talk Radio, and just sharing information, be a coaching program, book, whatever it is, any vital information. So just tell us a little bit about yourself and how you use Blab to market your business.
So I do all of the above.
I
do all of the above. I have books we've written, we have websites we've designed, and we do coaching.
Okay.
So
all right.
Kind of the full breadth of what you just talked about. And you can kind of see, I got little indicators on the screen.
Okay.
Kind of sharing a little bit what we do. But, the best thing you can do is go on and don't try to sell. Everybody who's popped on here and tries to sell from their first couple broadcasts ends up flopping and they leave really quickly. Don't do that.
Okay.
Best thing to do, jump on, give good value, talk to people, treat people like you're actually trying to help out your community. You're trying to serve. And then once you've built up a following, then you can get people to your landing pages.
Hey, I appreciate it, man, for saying that, because when I first came on, nobody was on. I really didn't know what I was going to talk about, other than the fact that I just wanted to share valuable information. And Zach Lyman, appreciate you for coming on, my friend. Where are you located, Mike?
I'm in Southern California.
California, all right. What about you, Zach?
Arizona.
Well, like I said, I'm here in Georgia, and just appreciate you guys for coming on. And like I was saying, I have a radio show on Blog Talk Radio, just sharing information with people and getting information out there. And so anybody would like to come on the show, I'll just go ahead and put the site up, TonyCDavis.com. And I'm not necessarily selling anything, just getting information out there, trying to learn this system, because Periscope didn't work well for me because of where I live in a rural area. So my internet service, when it comes to my phone, doesn't pick up, but the computer does. So tell us a little about yourself, Zach.
I'm Zach, writer, freelancer, comedian. I've been switching between Periscope and Blab recently, and I'm kind of like you. I'm trying to see what works better for me. Periscope worked for a while, but now I kind of feel like it's kind of like what he was saying about if you go on there and you try to sell something, people are just kind of, it's almost overwhelming amount of people trying to sell something.
Yeah.
And instead of just gathering information. And so I use it a lot to sell my different kind of writing projects that I do. I sold many comic books using Periscope and Blab, and I've sold many of my comedy CDs doing the exact same thing. So it's been helpful, but I'm still pretty new to all of it. So.
Okay. Well, let me go back to you, Mike. Is this your full-time job, or is this part-time for you? Is this
full-time? Yeah, you can take that out. Yeah, this is full-time. This is what we do all day, every day.
Okay. Is this from your home or actually a job?
No, right now I'm at the office.
Okay, at the office. Okay.
Yep. So we're just hanging out, doing work, writing some sales letters, and hanging out on here, spreading some messages.
So how long have you been doing this?
2 weeks.
What, Blab?
2 weeks we've been on Blab, yeah. It's fairly new platform for us.
I'm talking about the marketing. How long have you been doing that?
Years.
Well,
a lot of years.
Well, for anybody that doesn't know, my story is this. Again, like I said, I'm a pastor here in Georgia, and I've been looking to do full-time ministry and work from home back in 2008, I think it was, 2009. And I started praying to do that, and like they say, be careful what you pray for, because I got laid off. And once I got laid off, of course, I had some savings. But after the savings started to dwindle, I really didn't know what I was going to do. So I just jumped online and started doing some things. And actually, this is about my 4th year, and I've seen everything, tried everything. And actually, these types of platforms have done better for me. So just trying to connect with people and just share information that can be a benefit to other people. And I've learned, I think it was Jim Rohn said, if you want everything if you want more or something like that, you give other people value. So basically that's what I'm trying to do. Just give people as much value as I can and just share the information.
To get what you want faster, get somebody else what they want.
Yeah, that's it. That's it. So is there anything you'd like to share with the people online? We have about 6 or 7 people online right now.
Basically, just make sure that when you're on here, don't send people to bad websites that are broken. See that happen every day on here. So you're wasting all the potential leads. You laugh, but I see it every day. I see at least a handful of people in your profiles up above. Make sure you have your websites linked in your profile, because everybody's going to check you out. They're going to basically cyber stalk you every time you pop in here. I get on average of 300 hits a day to my website just from my Blab broadcasts and jumping in there. So make sure that you know what people are looking at. Control where they go. Control what they see.
Well, thanks for that. I don't know when the last time I checked my profile. I may need to go in there and check it.
Yeah, yours is not there. I would have never known your website if you wouldn't have shared it.
Oh, okay. Well, see, again, that's something else, for me. I have, Christy K Coaching. Would you like to come in and just share? Have another open seat. And guys, again, this is new for me. So if you want to take it and just share more information, I don't know.
It's awkward when you first jump on here, especially getting used to the whole dynamic of having multiple people be able to talk at the same time and people bouncing in and out and then watching the chat. So a good plan of action that I've had a lot of success with so far is we get in groups and then we travel and we do the blabs as a group. So I've met some really cool people here, and every time they have a broadcast, they'll bring us on as co-hosts and dedicated hot seat people. And you kind of do that for each other. So then people instantly see engagement, because people don't want to be the first to jump in. They don't want to be the first to jump on. It's scary. People are not familiar yet. Hey, Christy. So that's how we do our thing. We got a good group of, probably about 10 of us that bounce back and forth on each other's blabs.
Okay. Hey, I appreciate you for coming on, Christy.
Hey, honestly, when it comes to Blab, I haven't quite gotten the hang of it. It's funny because I've known of Blab for about 4 months now. And I've jumped on a few different blabs from time to time, and, I'll sit and have a conversation, but it hasn't worked for me the way that Periscope has worked for me. And I've been on Periscope for almost as long as I've known about Blab. So I have a good following and, a fairly good group of people that hang out with me daily on Periscope. So I've been sticking with that. But people who are using Blab for collaboration, basically, I think that's really what it's all about is collaboration. It's not so much about getting a sale as much as it is about finding the people that are going to help you elevate in this field, in this world of social media, as well as just finding your people.
Okay. Hey, well, let me ask you this, either of you. Okay, with the 3 of you on here now, if I wanted to find you later, is there any way to track, to keep up with people? Because as people come on, I'm sitting here now putting down names because I won't remember, 2 days.
Follow people. So you click right up above by their name.
Okay, now I did do that. So I was
just see the little plus symbol with the little silhouette.
Okay.
Just click that and that follows. All that'll do is tell you that you're following them though. So when they schedule a blab, you're not going to get a notification unless you go to that blab and hit subscribe to every single one. It doesn't work generically. It's not like Periscope. It's not like Twitter. That's where it's different.
Oh, okay.
That gets
well, Christy, just share. Do you guys know each other?
Do not.
Mike, Christy, Zach?
No, I don't know any of these people.
Hey, Zach, what part of Arizona do you live?
All random.
I live in Phoenix, but I'm never there.
That doesn't, no. I'm not saying you know, if you're gonna say Phoenix, at least say the, you know, Glendale surprise.
So you can tell that I travel a lot because I just go with the blanket of Phoenix. I live in Peoria.
Peoria, okay. My parents live in Surprise, and a lot of my family live in Glendale and Avondale area, so that's why it's funny because when you say Phoenix, everybody that doesn't know the area is just like, oh, okay, sure, you know. I mean, but Phoenix is extremely huge in itself.
So,
I
Christy, what do
am
you
actually a love coach. Yes.
Love coach.
But I actually, I have a background. I have a master's in forensic psychology.
Oh, wow.
And and I help women particularly work their relationships out with guys because for some reason, women in this society now are having a really hard time navigating how to, you know, be the woman, but also not be like alpha trying to overpower a relationship, and allowing both partners to have respect for each other and being able to communicate properly. And so I help women do that, you know, and so it's funny because when I sit and have guys are more interested in what I have to say than most of the girls, because women are stubborn. We're just naturally, we want to vent. We don't want advice. So it is what it is.
If there are any ladies on here, Christy said that we did. Yeah. So how long have you been doing that?
I've actually been a love coach for about 1.5 years, but I've been a case manager. I've worked with youth facilities, and you know, I also worked on the pipeline, the oil and gas pipeline, hard hat and everything, and I was running a excavator and all that good stuff. So, yeah. I have a very eclectic background.
I think we're losing Zach.
Yeah, I think it was Zach. Hey, well, guys, we have some other people coming on. Anything you all like to share before we click off? Because, like I said, this is my first one, and I'm just shooting at the stars right now.
Keep it simple.
Keep it simple.
A lot harder to lie about what you don't know when people are staring at your face.
All right. Well, I'll admit I do not know.
Don't try to be something you're not.
Hey, so guys, I want to tell you, I appreciate you all coming on. And anything else you'd like to share? Again, hey, if you're interested in coming on the radio show, again, it'll be all about yourself, what you do. And again, I like this platform myself, but TonyCDavis.com and just set up a time with me and come on the radio show. I'm a lot more comfortable, you know, without the camera.
Well, it's nice to meet you.
Awesome.
Hey, I do appreciate it.
In your profile.
And
make sure you get your website in your profile.
Oh, yeah. Okay. All right, man. I sure appreciate it. Paul Deach. Let's see.
You can always cheat
Paul
like
Deach.
this, too.
Hello, sir.
How are you, Paul? Hey, I'm good. How about yourself?
All good. I love this idea for a blab. I think you're on to a winning formula because, you know, people like to talk about themselves. Dead simple. And like your friend there, Mike, said, keep it simple. That's it. That's the formula. People like the sound of their own voices, so give them a platform to do that, and you're on to a winner.
That's it. Sometimes you just shut up and listen.
I'll do that all day long because I'm still in the learning phase right now. So what do you do,
Well,
Paul?
I'm a hyper-local social media consultant, so I help companies with their social media, but from a content point of view. And I help them build communities.
Okay. And you said you use the term
hyper-local, so you know, defined communities. Normally around geographical area locations, but not exclusively. So it could be. So, for instance, one of my clients is the National Rifle Association. And they have an enormous, as I'm sure you know, an enormous worldwide membership. So the hyper-local element to that is around that membership, if you see what I mean. So hyperlocal means a defined community.
Okay. And how long have you been doing that?
Since 2003.
Wow.
Oh, okay.
Long time. Very nice.
So how long have you been working online, or, I guess from home? I don't know if this is actually.
It is a home business, but not in the strict sense of the word, because I spend most of my time out in the field. Do you need to take that?
No.
Yeah. So although I'm based from home, I spend almost all day, every day out in the field, one way or another.
All right. Well, we also have the show notes guy. I don't know, show notes guy. I see here. Would you like to come into the room? We have one open seat. And the guys, again, you all can just share as much as you want.
I was going to share, if you don't mind, I'm doing a show tomorrow with two other guys. We started this thing called the Home Workers Network. It's funny you should mention, do I work from home? And I'm just going to share in the comments there the link to the Blab, which we're holding at 12 tomorrow. That's 12 midday GMT, because obviously I don't know if you can tell from my accent, but I'm in the UK right now.
Oh man, I thought you were in Alabama.
Yeah.
Nah.
Very good. But yeah, feel free if you're around. I don't know what time it'll be wherever you guys are. I expect it'll be in the early hours, but feel free to hop on if you're still awake or whatever.
Okay. Now, what time is it there where you are?
Right now it is 2200 or just after.
That's going to be pretty late for us. It says it's about 13 hours away. So it'll be like.
Yeah.
Where are you guys? Where are you?
Yeah.
I'm West Coast United States.
I'm in Georgia.
Where? Sorry?
West Coast. So I'm in California.
Oh, cool.
And I'm in Georgia.
Georgia. Oh, right.
Yeah.
Cool.
So yeah, so what I like to tell everybody is, take good old fashioned notes.
Okay,
and
that's what I'm doing,
have a
man.
formula. Have a formula. So every time you start, have something that you say. It can change, it can vary, but make it a formula. So introduce your topic, introduce yourself, quickly tell your story, introduce your guests, content, sign off. If you're going to have calls to action, schedule those in there. Just make it like a little math formula and repeat it every single time.
Like I said, I felt more comfortable doing the radio show because that's how I do my radio shows.
It's the same.
It's just another show, another stage.
And I guess, when I set the show up and I just started it, of course, nobody was on. Because is there a way you can actually get the information out there before?
Yeah. So,
schedule it.
Are you? Yeah, you. Yeah. Are you when you record your radio show, Tony?
It depends on my guests. It varies from time, but I try to do around 8 to 9 p.m. Eastern.
No, but where do you do it? Where you are right now?
Yeah, from my home. They call in a Blog Talk Radio.
Because there's no reason why you still couldn't do that and do it on Blab at the same time.
Oh, that's an idea. I didn't think about that.
And in fact, I've seen a few people who do that. So there's a guy called, let me get his details for you. And I would listen to this guy because he's a real expert on podcasting.
Like a behind the scenes action.
Let me just find his name. It's what's his podcast show called? Hang on a minute.
We have Zane Abaton, I believe. And if I'm mispronouncing your name, I do apologize. But I see Zane. If you'd like to come in, just click the button.
It's the Audacity to Podcast show. It's on iTunes. Okay. I forget the guy's name who does it. He's a really nice fella, actually. And that's exactly what he does. He has a mixer. So he records it normally, how he would normally record it, just the audio. But he also has it on Blab. He closes all the seats down and he just records it. And if he wants to bring in guests, he opens up a seat.
Okay.
Chef Esco does something like that too. He does his sports radio.
While I'm on this, and I'm looking at Mike, is this called a lower third? With this thing?
Yes, I have upper and lower.
And the reason I say that because I just learned that about 2 or 3 days ago, so I've never heard that.
It makes it so I don't have to pitch myself. It's just always there.
Say what
it makes
now?
it so I don't have to pitch myself.
Oh, okay.
People can see my phone number. They can see what I do. They can see my website.
So I need to connect with you to get me one of those.
Sure, absolutely.
Yeah.
So Blab will I'm not sure when because it's not on their priority list right now, but Blab will be bringing in a native lower third feature. So what Mike's doing there, I assume you're using something like Cam Twist or
I'm using XSplit.
Right, similar sort of thing. So it's a third party thing that hooks into your webcam, right?
Correct.
If you're not of a technical mind, Tony, those things will require a significant investment in time in trying to figure out. That's him, Daniel J. Lewis, Zanology. Hey, Zanology, how are you? You should come in and say hi.
But okay, I appreciate the information, guys.
It's a free program you can download, and it basically attaches to your camera and your audio sources, and then allows you to construct the screen any way you see fit.
Okay, now I'd have to pay somebody to do that, man. I don't have the skills or the patience.
Zane's making herself look pretty.
Yeah, some people find it lags and stuff, but the way I have my setup, I'm not using a webcam. I'm using
That's because you're
camera.
Always pretty, isn't it?
I'm using an actual camera, so I've got a camera sitting above my monitors here on a tripod.
Oh, okay. So you do, and this is from your studio,
from the office,
from your office. Okay, all right.
Yeah.
Hey, Paul. Now, did I pronounce your last name right? Deach?
That's right, sir. Yes.
Oh, okay. I got you.
Look at that's an office. That's an office. Oh, it's got a green screen and everything over there. This guy's serious.
Yeah, we got a whole corner.
That's
set
a professional right there.
We got a whole setup just for the green screen, and I've got mixing boards and the wireless mics and all that good stuff.
So, what do you do, Mike?
We do.
Oh, other than digital marketing,
we do digital marketing, graphic design, web development, marketing, coaching. We have a sales floor to close leads. We do a lot of good stuff.
Cool.
Yeah. We basically help people create businesses or expand the one that they're in now.
Right.
Well, so guys, now this thing that we're doing now, this blab that we're doing now, this is going to be recorded for later. I know it's recorded, but where will I see this at?
So, I don't have a clue.
Okay.
Well, there's three things that will happen. In your profile, you'll see a replay, which will be native to Blab. So people will be able to look at your profile and see all your replays, all your recorded shows there. Okay. And that's something that Blab are going to be improving because it's a little bit basic at the moment, but it will get better. Then also, when you close this Blab down, when you go off the record and close it down, they will email you. It normally takes a couple of minutes to render on their servers, and then they'll email it to you. And you'll get two things. You'll get a movie file. So if you want to, you can repurpose that on your upload it to your YouTube channel or your Facebook page, whatever. You can even edit it if you want to. And you'll also get an audio-only file. So if you have a podcast channel, you can just upload that straight to your podcast channel.
Hey, that's good to know because I didn't have a clue.
Do you have a podcast channel, Tony?
Well, I have I use, like I said, Blog Talk Radio, but I'm looking to do something, on iTunes. But I'm just learning that platform. So.
Well, there's an easy way around it because iTunes, if you're just uploading your podcast straight to iTunes, can be a bit cumbersome. Let's say it's not something that's easy to do off the bat. You do need a little bit of technical know-how, let's say. But there are two services that I can think of off the top of my head that make that process very easy for you. And the first is SoundCloud. You must have heard of SoundCloud.
Yep.
Okay. SoundCloud.
Yeah, they're probably the market leaders in podcast platforms. And they will, you create your podcast channel on SoundCloud, and they'll give you an RSS feed that you need to create your iTunes podcast show. And they give you a step-by-step guide. It's very simple. And there's another platform which I don't use SoundCloud. I use another platform called Audio Boom. I'll put that in the
Audio Boom.
Audio Boom. Yeah, Audio Boom. And I would recommend that over SoundCloud because SoundCloud is actually quite expensive if you want to go pro with it, where Audio Boom is much cheaper. And far more flexible, and the integration into iTunes is very simple. So I would recommend Audio Boom over SoundCloud, but that's just a personal preference. My advice to you would be to check them both out, maybe sign up for a free account on both of them and have a play around with them and see how you get on, see which you like the best.
Okay. All right. I appreciate that for Felix for shooting that out there. We'll have Felix. I'm guessing this is Mentor. I can't see that. I don't have my glasses on. Yeah. Would you like to come into the room and just share?
And I'll free up my seat if anybody wants it. Not a problem.
Started 12:14.
Yeah, I'm hanging out too.
Guys, and I'm just this isn't anything was actually planned. Just jumped on here and just learning a platform, and I appreciate Paul and Mike for getting on and just sharing what they do.
Could I just give you one other bit of advice if you're going to run a blab to as a show? You need a co-host, and the reason being is that to run a show, present, watch the comments, and moderate, because you may get some tossers in here who want to disrupt, and you need to boot them out. You'll find it impossible to do that on your own. So what you want is someone like Mike who can take the co-chair and just keep an eye on the comments for you while you present. And then at the right time, we'll say to you, oh, we got a comment here from Paul Deitch. He says that, you should use Audio Boom. And, he can help you with the show. Now,
I appreciate that because I'm trying. I don't want to be rude to anybody that may be in the comment section, but I'm trying to see what's going on the right. And then Felix shared something over here on the left.
And recently, Blab gave the option. So this only came out last week because before last week there could only be one host of a show, but as of last week you can now have co-hosts. So if you click on Mike's. On his mic, where it says Mike Walker, if you click on that, okay,
it just shows that I'm following him. I must have clicked something else.
Click it again, close that down, click it again. That's it. Okay, and then to the left of his profile, you'll see it'll say H with a plus sign.
Oh, okay.
Click that now and see what happens.
Yep, and then on my screen, I get a message saying you've been made a co-host, and you are no longer a co-host.
So are you a co-host?
He's a co-host now.
Okay, so I see a little, I guess, the G up there in the corner.
That will change to H. It takes a little bit of time.
Well, actually, I saw the message twice, so I think he double-clicked it. It said, you are a co-host.
Oh, maybe you turned it off by mistake.
Yeah, I think you turned it off.
Oh, okay.
So do it again.
I got it.
There you go. So now it says, I have been made a co-host.
And what that means now is that Mike can look at the comments, and if somebody in the comments gets a bit out of hand, he can kick them out. Or, so now Mentor Milaniano is coming in, and you can accept it. Well, Mike can do that too.
Yeah, so now you see how I have the H there? Up in the top? My G turned to an H.
Yeah. Let me go back and
It's not on mine actually, but sometimes it takes.
Now, see, when I click this, and I go to this page, it's saying remove this person as. So you're a co-host
so now. It says you are no longer a co-host, and then you are a co-host, and then you are not. So yeah, I think you clicked it a bunch of times.
Hey, Felix.
Hi, guys.
How are you, sir?
Good. Hey, Mike, how did you get that that lower third graphic on your page there, on your view?
So that's a program called XSplit.
What is it?
The XSplit. So type it in the chat here. It's XSplit.
Hey, look, guys, excuse me. I'm gonna close the door here.
You can use that to set a display area, and then you can design it however you want. Some tips for that, though: when you're looking at yourself in Blab, you see yourself reversed. You see the mirror image. So what I like to do is I'll go set up a test Blab in the test zone and look at it from a different view so that I can get everything coordinated correctly. And then you also have to keep in mind the mobile looks significantly different than the desktop. So you have to make sure you watch out for the props. You have to watch out for the speaker icon. You have to watch out for your name. Otherwise, it'll block.
There's not a lot. There's not a lot of room on here, is there?
No, you have to keep it simple.
Yeah.
So, Felix, tell us a little bit about yourself.
I'm a podcaster and a blogger. I wrote a book back in 2009 called Potencial Millonario, which is The Potential Millionaire. It's in Spanish. It's about personal finance. And cool. I used to do, for about 12 years, I hosted a Spanish radio show locally in the D.C. area. And then I moved to Montgomery, Alabama, and I did that for a while, for a couple of years. But then I just decided to go all podcast. And it's been pretty interesting. Lately, I've hit about 110 countries and about 10,000 downloads a month, which is pretty neat. Wow. I just started. I had no idea. Like, I'm asking Mike about how he does that, because I'm just, it's been about 18 months. But when it comes to the technology, I'm really new. I really don't play just with the stuff that I know, and I leave the other stuff alone until somebody like Mike can say, hey, and do this and be careful with that. Then I'll go out and do it.
Are you going to use Blab to record your podcast, Felix?
I've considered it, but I'm not too crazy about. I do some video on my own, and I put it up on. I use my provider's Popbean, and I use them to upload stuff there. And that's been. When I do that, I normally do an interview. Like, I'll get somebody to interview. So I've not considered Blab yet, just because I haven't had the time to play with it and see how it works and all that.
You definitely need to invest some time into figuring it all out. I mean, to be honest with you, though, Felix, I've been through that process with Google Hangouts on air, and that required a significant investment in time into trying to figure all that out.
It's a lot harder.
Where with Blab, it just you just have to do it a few times. And they even give you, let me share a URL with you, which I think you might find very useful. Blab Test Zone. Okay. I'll share that in the comments there for you. Okay. And if you click that, that gives you like a sandbox test environment. So you can check your camera, your audio. You can even invite a few people in so they can help you test it. And that's a good starting point. And you're absolutely right. You should absolutely make sure that you're comfortable with all its features before you use it on a real show. But I suppose that the really cool part about it is that you would be able to invite guests into your show from anywhere with minimal technology investment. In fact, no technology investment if they've got a computer with a webcam on it. There's no, if you were to do that on a real call-in show through telephone systems, you're talking big investment in equipment.
And the other thing I haven't figured out is how I know there's a replay, and I was watching a replay right before I hit this. But how do you get that content onto your website? How do you bring it in? Where do you go for that?
That's easy. It's really easy, actually, and Blab make it incredibly easy for content producers. So what happens is, so when you start a Blab, you can, I don't know if you notice, in the top left-hand corner, are you on a PC?
I am on a PC right now.
Right, so on the top left-hand corner, it says on the record at the moment.
Yeah.
Can you see that? With a little red
Yes.
light. Well, so there's two states. You're either on the record or you're off the record. Now, in both states, people can watch it live. Okay. But what happens is when you're on the record, it means that the broadcast is being recorded. And then when you finish the broadcast, Blab will email you a movie file and an audio-only file, which you can then use on your, you can upload to your YouTube channel or your podcast channel, whatever.
So only the host will receive that email.
Yes. Okay. The originating host. Because if you invite a co-host, because you can pass over co-host functionality to if you want to have a co-host, they don't get it. It's only the original host that gets that content.
Hey, Mike, you pulled up something on the screen. What was that you pulled up?
I took a screenshot of the browser of what he was talking about, where it shows the recording versus it used to actually say on the record or off the record, but they've actually changed it. It now just says recording.
All right.
Oh,
so I can pull that back up again. So right now.
Oh, okay. That's
Felix. I would definitely invest. It would only take a small amount of your time, maybe a morning or an afternoon, to figure out how Blab works, because it is that simple.
Oh, it could be because I'm also I'm in co-host mode. I forgot, so that's probably why I see it different, because I have the pause button now.
You do see it different as a host,
yeah. Because I'm host, so I have the pause.
Yeah, I have on the record on mine.
Yeah, so on the record,
it's only hosts that see it as recording.
Yeah, I forgot he changed me to host, to co-host.
Yeah.
Hey, well, guys, I mean, this has been fun for me, a learning experience for me. Let me ask this question: at what point do you begin to try to monetize something like this?
Well, you'd have to do that yourself. Blab don't give you any monetization functionality, like YouTube allow you to make money out of your videos.
I don't think you ever do a hard sell, not until you're well known. I think you need
I missed that
before you hard sell.
You broke up there, Mike. What was that?
So I think what he's talking about is, when do you move from just offering the free content to monetizing it with the sale, to asking for the sale? So I don't think you ever hard sell. I don't think you just come on and say, hey, here's my product, you should come buy it. I think that few and far between is that ever going to work. What you need to do is you just make sure if you build it into your formula, or you do something like this where the URL leads to a capture page, then you just do a soft sell every time, and you just work it as part of your pitch. So then people aren't feeling like they're being sold. It's just conditioning. You're just training them as a pattern to be used to that over and over again.
Yeah, I mean,
and the reason I say that, I've heard so many people, talk about monetization. One person even told me I was pretty much wasting my time just bringing people onto my show. But again, that has helped me, at least connect with people and learn things that I would.
That's somebody who doesn't understand relationship marketing. That's
or content marketing. I mean, the thing is that Mike is absolutely right. Don't use it as an obvious sell. I personally use this as my way to sort of manage my brand perception, to just help me connect with like-minded people who may think that I'm a thought leader in a particular area. It just adds credibility to my own marketing, really.
Yeah. And again, it's fun for me because, again, just sharing what I've done so far. I mean, I've met you guys and, learning some things, again, I wouldn't not have learned. And so this is great for me.
Oh,
I enjoy it.
You're going to have a lot of fun with this. I guarantee that. And I'm pretty certain as well that when you realize actually how easy it is to record your own show using this technology and the dynamic elements that it will bring to that show by allowing you to have people literally call in like they would on a talk show, radio show. I think that you'll ditch the way you normally do things and just start doing it this way. I'm pretty certain of that. And that's what Blab want you to do. And that's the strategy that they're going down, because they are specifically targeting podcasters.
Yes.
So any other advice from me as far as, getting started with this other than what I've done so far?
Sorry, could you repeat that, Tony?
Well, let me say this. I noticed that each one of you have on headphones. Do I need headphones?
It would help. You don't need them, but it will help with your audio quality because you're not going to get any feedback or echo.
I'm also in an office, so I have people in my different rooms and stuff like that, so I don't want the conversations.
Yeah, I've noticed. I've been listening, and when you don't have headphones, sometimes I don't know why there will be some feedback from the person without. In your case, you don't have it. So
the reason why is that your microphone is picking up your speakers.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
You create a circle.
Oh, okay. Again, I'm learning this audio stuff, man. Hey guys, well, again, we've got Derek and I think Zane. I don't know if they wanted to talk.
I'll happily.
I can hop off because I've been enjoying this. I'm learning. So I appreciate it.
Nice to meet you, Felix.
Thank you, guys. Thank you, Tony, for the invite. Paul, thank you very much.
Hey,
and
man,
Mike,
thanks.
I like
my pleasure, sir.
What you're doing there. That's very cool.
Awesome.
Yeah, very cool. It is.
Just anything to help set you apart from the crowd, pretty much. I've never hosted a Blab yet, and I still get followers.
Oh man, you should do it. I'd come in on one of your Blabs, no problem at all.
Yeah, I'm traveling end of this week, so I've been pretty wrapped up with projects. But starting next week, I'll be doing one every day. I have a whole show planned.
Cool.
So that way I can do it.
She is.
Oh, hello.
Zane.
Hello, Zane.
Hey.
I'm good. I was just
Zane, how are you?
that said, I just went ahead and shared it, so maybe some people will come say hi to you. I'm in downtown Dallas. Yeah, I'm happy today. I did my first. See more people. See when everybody comes in, they share with their friends, and then some of their friends pop up like, "Hi, Sunday."
Yeah, always encourage people to tell the little bird.
Yeah. So is this your first time to be blabbing or what? First blab?
Yeah, because Periscope didn't work for me because I was saying that, where I live, it's a rural area, so my phone doesn't pick up well. And so I tried Periscope 3 or 4 times. So I said, well, let me try Blab one time. And so this is my first one. Really,
you can see how even it's just cool because you get to meet people immediately. Somebody's just helping you. I met Paul like a week ago, maybe on Blab. And so now
I feel like I've known you for ages.
I know, but what's cool is when this is what I do. I know a lot of people do this too. Like it's almost less about topic and more about people, at least for now, until it gets so big that maybe you only want to come. I even have my Blab-tastic necklace. Blab-tastic.
Nice.
Well, I'm writing down names so I can.
Yeah, but you'll recognize his faces, or like right now, my usually it is my face, but right now I've got Tony Casillas, the football player, because we launched a sports show, and the only thing you can do now, so it looks like a show card or something, is to change your profile picture. So when I schedule it, it looks cool on the schedule. It's like the schedule flyer, but that's coming like in the next couple weeks. So then typically it's easier. And I'm just doing that because I like that to say for the show, I'll focus since we're launching. It was the first episode. But typically you'll get used to people's faces, or I'll learn how to do that where if I had to continue to do that, I would make it more like my face. Right now you can see his face. Kind of looks like it's him holding a football. I don't know if you can see, right? Just in a little circle, right?
A little bit.
Yeah, I noticed that. Sometimes I check it, but I was just like, I was too busy to kind of make it more perfect. But it's really...
Well, I see a lot of people hopping on, and I'm guessing these are from your...
Hi, everybody. This is Tony's first blab, so we're just saying hi. And we're kind of telling them the nuances. Yeah, these are my crew. And Amy Greenlaw just got on last week.
Your entourage.
No, I'm their entourage, really. I like to watch more than like Shelton does a show all the time, Amy just got on last week because she said she missed my face. And I said, well, if you want to see it, you better just get on Blab because it's where it's always is now.
Well, Zane, it looks like you carry some weight. I mean, because people...
Well, just weight equals time, right?
It's a Blab star.
Well, weight equals time. So time invested and love. Like I love people. So I try to support other Blabs as much as possible and other people. Like especially if we hear first-blab, right? So yeah.
Are you doing any Blab, Zane?
Yeah, I just started one today. So every Wednesday at 2 p.m. Central, which is whatever time over there. And it's sports talk.
All right, I have to get in on that.
You like sports? Yeah, I think I should have tagged you, but he's former NFL, Dallas Cowboy, 2-time Super Bowl champion, Oklahoma Sooner, Tony Casillas. He's like titles, and he's very informal and very fun. And so we just did like one kind of fun one once, and then he said, "Would you like to just continue to do this? You can be my co-host, and think it'd be fun." And so it's really kind of like,
it's like a regular thing now.
Today was episode 1. So I just set episode 2 up in the schedule. Oh, and so whenever you're looking at people's profiles, Tony, you can click once and a little hover card comes up, right? But then you can click through to Twitter by clicking the little bird, or you can just actually click the name and then go to their actual profile, which still opens up above the other, or, so you have to be careful when you do that not to exit out your own Blab sometimes, right? But then you can see people scheduled, their replays. You can follow them. You can still click through to Twitter, but that's how you can kind of get to know, besides the bio, which you can see anyway by hover, what you want. But that's where you can see what people have going, like scheduled. And then the only other show I do is focusing on people who don't get on camera very much, like shy people or people who are always used to other people always talking. Yeah, I'm so shy. But still, there's a lot of people who, they watch a lot, but they're ready to talk, or they don't feel like, oh, I don't have the earphones, or I don't have a mic, and I'm not here to sell anything or whatever. And so because of the environment right now, there's so many social media marketers on here really kind of pushing stuff. It makes you feel like, oh, if I'm not of value unless I'm hawking something. But there is another environment where it's okay to just be here to build relationships, because honestly, like what Mike was saying about relationship marketing is, we're all in business. We all do something, And so usually if you learn to like somebody or love somebody, like I'm such a fan of Paul from just seeing him on a few Blabs that I would do business with them in a second. Mm-hmm, absolutely. Yeah. Have you noticed? Because if you ever see me like ping somebody or call or whatever, or say, do you know so-and-so or want to introduce? That's because I've decided you're stellar, or, something worth attaching to or introducing other people to of value. Because that's like
the feelings mutual, Zane.
Connecting the awesome dots, right? Like here's one, like Mike Walker, Tony, like ding, 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 like that. And Blab's really good at that.
I was watching TV the other night with my wife, and then on my mobile phone it pings up that you'd mentioned me on Blab, and it said, "Where's Paul Deach?" And so I came in on the Blab from my mobile phone. I felt like the genie.
No, that's what happens. So if you get to know like Tony, like I see you got boxing gloves back there. So if I found out later that you're a former boxer or whatever, right? So then if some boxer is in talking about whatever, I would just put your name in there, success with Tony, right? And it would ping you, and then you would know to come in, because you would know that if I pinged you, it probably means there's something that I think is valuable for you. Yeah, exactly.
Your phone starts looking like that real fast.
Yeah. And I think that you probably in the future, it would be nice if we can pick and choose who we get notifications for, but
yeah, right now you
kind of tough to choose right now. It's so new. Like if somebody's talking about superheroes or something like that, or some kind of comic book nerd fest, then they would be like pinging me. Does that make sense? So then I know, especially if I know that's who I know them from. So I have a lot of different variations of my personality. Star Wars, comic book.
Something you said, Zane, you mentioned, some people don't do things like this because they don't have something to offer. And I almost didn't do this Blab because I didn't really have anything other than just bringing people on my radio show. But
that's still value. That's good content.
Yeah, well, even if you didn't have that, like some people just get on because they're lonely, or they have this tool and they want to talk to people. But there's magic whenever you can gather any people. So it doesn't have to have a purpose. It just has to be an understanding that that's what happens. People are supposed to gather, right? So I think the beautiful thing is when you actually gather people, then a lot of my Blabs are that I just know something awesome is going to happen, but I don't have a preconceived idea except that something awesome that's supposed to happen will happen. And believing in the universe that way is just as powerful as saying, I'm going to get on here and recruit. You know, it's the same thing, but not, because I'd rather just be an instrument. I don't say sound hokey, but you know what I mean?
Don't get intimidated by the marketers. A lot of them are on here spreading all kinds of madness and claiming to be experts. Blab doesn't even have a sense of self. It's still in beta. Yeah. Nobody's an expert. Blab itself is not an expert of itself. And I am a marketer. That's why we're on here. But so don't let them intimidate you.
Got a jet, but just want to chat. Yes, Amy, at Girl Gamey, we're going to set up something then, too. And thank you for popping in when you saw my share. She's gonna jet unless you want to meet her because she's only been on.
You're gonna set up a Blab now, are you?
No. Oh no, I can't. I got another project that I need to do. But the other one that I was talking about, I got totally sidetracked by my own talking. It's called Blab Clock, and it's usually Monday nights, and it's with Puerto Rican, whose name's Pablo. He's the one that has the little green alien that did have the laser eyes, but they just made the GIFs go away. He's who introduced me to Blab. So when I wanted to at an official show, I asked him if he'd be my co-host to honor that because I think Blab's amazing. So I wanted to honor that. So my first show goes with him, and that's the one where we lock seat 4. We focus on seat 3 with no.
Make sure you tag me in your pre-show, please.
Oh, absolutely.
So
yes, totally. Yeah, that's awesome. So let me jump out and let other people meet, but I'm going to listen. But
one more thing before you go. Let me just see behind you, your camera. Behind you, please.
Oh, yes.
Where are you?
At my house, our house. It's a building.
That's your house.
That's our house. It's this is a 6,000 square foot building. It doesn't look so big right here, but 3,000 because the banquet rooms is on the right. Oh, there's the kitchen. Woo.
It looks like a big old loft.
It is. It's a 2-story building that we bought in 2002 and then gutted it and put our house in it. It
looks so cool.
Kind of cool, yeah. We're interesting people. Yeah. But usually I'm in my garage because this is why I'm broadcasting from my garage because, see, it's just open. Like Bo, my son, is working in that first little – it's like a 6-foot wide opening, 9'6". He's in there working on a project. So, I'm like interrupting, right? Or if he's sleeping or, So I go downstairs.
Excellent. Well, thank you, Zane.
Yeah.
Great to chat.
Nice
as
to
always.
Tony, I will follow you. I hope to wish you well. And Mike Walker, I guess we haven't. I feel like I've seen you. I haven't seen you because I would recognize all the stuff on your screen there.
I know, right now, I'm kind of like a professional sidekick. I've been guest appearing and co-hosting a lot, but I haven't hosted one yet.
Yeah. Well, I spend more time just kind of
like Robin.
Yeah, you're like Robin. Yeah, you're wearing the colors too. Okay, cool. I'm gonna follow you too. Okay. Okay. So I just clicked and follow. Yes.
Hey, thanks a lot, Zane.
Bye.
All right.
Cool.
Hey guys, really it's been fun for me. I'll have to head out. Any last words or advice you'd like to share?
Yeah, and be authentic.
It's a digital hangout. That's what it is.
Hey, yes, post it. Post. And is that Joanna? Come on, and just say hi.
I'm going to drop out now too, Tony. A pleasure to meet you. Make sure you follow me and follow me on Twitter. Well. And if you need any help, just connect with me.
Yeah. Hey, thanks a lot.
Okay, Absolutely. Sir. All the best.
Okay, thanks a lot. Well, everyone, let me see. But I'm having a blab tonight for all who want to showcase their art. And I'm guessing that's Joanna Sabri.
Joanna, why don't you hop on and tell everybody about it?
She said she can. I think her camera.
Oh, no camera on this computer. Okay. Awesome.
Well, any last things, Mike?
No, I think we pretty much covered a lot. That's the gist of it. Just have fun, hang out, meet cool people, and just do your thing. The right people will find you.
Okay. Okay. Again, I appreciate you for coming on, man. I will be checking out.
Absolutely. I'll be on a lot next week.
All right. Hey, guys, this is Tony signing off for my first Blab. I think it's been a great success. Thanks to Mike and Paul and Zane and all of you. And so if you'd like to, again, consider coming on the radio show and just share your valuable content, check me out at TonyCDavis.com, TonyCDavis.com. Thanks a lot, you all, and you all have a good one. Be blessed.
You can also just exit the browser. That does it too. If you leave, we